In this video, we are discussing CMOS based semiconductor memories, and we are discussing RAM or the random access memories. So in RAM, the modification of data bits which are stored in the memory array. So you can see these are the memory cells and they are used to store data bits. So each memory cell can store one data bits. So the modification of the data bits which are stored in memory array as well as their retrieval or reading. So their modification means writing and their retrieving is allowed on demand. So suppose I want to write data in this cell, then I can write it on demand, and if I want to read the data of this cell, then also I can do as on demand. So this is called as the uh, data read and data write. Then these are called random access memories because the retrieval of data from any cell in the memory array takes equal time. So whether you want to retrieve data from this cell or 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 this cell, the retrieval of data or the writing of data, that is the modification of data from any cell, will take equal access time. So these are called as random access memories. Whereas in sequential access memories, we can access only in sequence. So first, suppose if I have to access this cell, then I have to go to one first this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. But in random access memory, the access times of all the memory cells are same. So the access time of this cell, this cell, this cell, all these cells are same. So this is called as the random access memory. So we have static RAMs and dynamic RAMs. These are the two type of random access memories which are available based on the type of data storage cells. So this diagram shows a typical memory array organization. So this is how the memory cells are organized in an array. So you can see the memory cells are organized in an array of horizontal rows and vertical columns. So we have from 1 to up to 2 to the power n rows, and from 1 to up to 2 to the power m columns. So this is the typical organization of a RAM array. So each cell is capable of storing binary information. So this cell can store either 0 or 1. This cell also can store either 0 or 1. Also each cell shares connections with other cells in the same column. So this cell, this cell, this cell, these all are sharing a same connection. As well as each cell shares a common connection with all cells in the same row. So this cell is sharing connection with this cell and this cell. All these cells are connected via same connection. So this is a very important feature. These from 1 to 2 up to 2 to the power n rows are called as word lines, and these 1 to up to 2 to the power m columns are called as bit lines. So we have a total of 2 to the power n into 2 to the power m of memory cells in a RAM array. So to access a particular memory cell, the corresponding bit line must be selected. Suppose I want to access this cell, then I have to select second column and second row, because this cell is part of the second column. This cell is connected to the second column and the second row. Similarly, this cell is connected to first column and second row. This cell is connected to first column and first row. This cell is connected to second column and first row, and this cell is connected to 2 to the power m column and first row. So in this way we have to select, if we have to select or if we have to access a particular memory cell, then we have to select the corresponding bit line, that is the column line, and the corresponding row line, that is the word line. And for that purpose we have this row address decoder and the column address decoder. So the row decoder circuit will select one of the 2 to the power n word line depending on the n bit row address. So you can see these are the row address bits a1 a2 up to an. So depending on these bits, this address decoder will select one of the 2 to the power n row lines. And similarly, based on the column address bits b1 b2 up to bm, these are the column address bits, and a1 a2 up to an, these are the row address bits. So based on these address bits, the column decoder will select the particular bit line. So this way this whole circuit works. And once a memory cell or a group of memory cells are selected in this fashion, a data read and write operation may be performed. And the column decoder circuit serves the double duty. It selects the particular column and it also routes the corresponding data in the selected cell. So if I have selected this cell, then the data will be routed through the column decoder circuit. So the column decoder circuit is doing double duties. So this is how this is the organization of a typical RAM array. In the next video we will discuss static RAM and DRAM, that is the dynamic RAM. Thank you. Please like and share the video and subscribe the channel.